Good evening, everyone. Today, our team, JC, Matt, and James, will be presenting our case analysis on Group M India's digital transformation journey. We will assess their digital maturity and share a strategic roadmap for their future. So, Group M India found itself at a crossroads between 2012 and 2013. Rapid digital distribution, mobile first consumers, and declining ROI from traditional media created urgency for transformation. Our objective is to evaluate their digital maturity and recommend initiatives to close the gaps across four domains: product, profile, people, and partnerships. So at this stage, Group M India was aware for the need for digital transformation, but lacked structural and cultural readiness. CEO CVL Sharimbas, pictured on the right there, envisioned a shift from the traditional media dominance to integrated, outcome-driven digital solutions. However, gaps were evident in product offerings, client profile, talent, and partnerships. And then, so despite being early in digital integration, Group M India had notable strengths. They held a 40% market share, established Madhouse India as a mobile marketing center of excellence, and leveraged capabilities in TV and print buying. These gave them scale, efficiencies, and credibility in the market. So, but weaknesses limited their digital maturity. Digital specialists worked in silos, integrated products were scarce, and a reliance on traditional FMCG and auto clients left them weak in tech and e-commerce. In short, Group M India was digitally aware but not digitally mature, strong intent but lacking execution, depth, and integration. Now, next, I will pass off the presentation to my group member, Jacey.
Thank you. So in the Group M India case, closing the gaps in product profile, people, and partnerships is essential for helping companies shift from a traditional media focus to a digital one. As the clients move toward online and tech-driven marketing, Group M needs stronger digital offerings, a clearer presence in new economy sectors, more modern skills across its teams, and stronger partnerships with major media and tech platforms. So first I'll talk about the product gap. Group M's product gap became clear as the industry moved away from traditional media. Client conversations shifted with nearly 70-80% now focused on digital, mobile, and data-driven marketing. Clients also wanted real business outcomes, not just impressions. So this created new expectations for digital content, advanced analytics, targeted marketing, and interactive or experiential campaigns. Group M's older product mix no longer matched what clients needed, so the company had to rethink its offerings and become digital first. To close the gap, Group M should strengthen its analytics and measurements by investing in better data tools so that the company can track real business results and make smarter decisions. They should also integrate more technology into planning and reporting by using advanced digital tools and automation to replace manual processes and improve speed and accuracy. And then lastly, they should also upskill their talent, training employees in data skills and strategies, as well as using modern marketing tools can help the team be strong to deliver data-backed solutions. So next is the profile gap. Group M's profile gap came from serving mostly traditional sectors like the fast-moving consumer goods, automotive, and luxury industries that relied heavily on those classic media channels. Meanwhile, India's fastest-growing sectors were tech companies and consumer internet that needed more innovation and measurable results. At the same time, clients gained access to digital tools and data, meaning that they no longer needed or relied on agencies for basic market knowledge. Group M now needed to stay ahead of both clients and consumers. To close this gap, Group M should continue building on Madhouse India, its mobile marketing center of excellence, which actually became fully owned by Group M in 2018. Strengthening this will help Group M better support clients who focus mainly on mobile and digital platforms. They should also create specialized teams for consumer internet and tech clients. And lastly, stay ahead of trends through tracking and analyzing data. Now I'm going to pass it over to James to talk about the people and partnership
For
gaps.
the people gaps, when it comes to for Group M has not had the experienced people to really excel in the space. Part of this is the inability to keep their younger workers. This has been a competitive market for younger workers who innately have the knowledge and familiarity in the digital space opposed to legacy media. A McKinsey article from earlier this year discussed the importance of bridging the gap between tech and non tech workers. Skills to ensure really a successful digital transformation. This is also including the skills that are necessary for implementing advanced solutions such as AI. This article also discusses the importance of executive leaders having a clear understanding of digital transformations and overall digital technologies. This is another challenge that Group M will likely be encountering. The case study did not fully state about the executive team's own knowledge when it comes to technology. However, I think that we can surmise from what is shared that management and the executives are themselves much more comfortable with more traditional products and basic technologies. Otherwise, I think the org would have considered an overall digital transformation much sooner. But Srinivas has come in as a change agent. So part of that agency will require him to change the minds of leadership and gain their buy in for their own personal upskilling and more advanced technologies. So our recommendations would be putting in place certain benefits that would draw a younger, more tech savvy worker to the organization, as well as to help to retain that worker. This may require an increase in pay or even other benefits like some remote work, pet insurance, or even in office benefits like happy hours or a coffee bar. The type of benefit required will likely vary depending on the local talent pool and what other companies are offering. So, those the companies that are looking for the same type of worker. Secondarily, the second recommendation would be to focus on upskilling existing workers, like JC had mentioned. This could be an older workforce who lack digital skills and experience, but also can be used in a way to retain younger workers who would still benefit from upskilling. Then looking at partnerships and those gaps. They know that the one way to grow into space is to bring on partners who are already excelling in the digital space, whether it's being just strictly partnering with other agencies or potentially looking to an acquisition and bringing the actual other companies into the fold of Group M. However, being able to integrate these businesses together, outside of the different PR and media aspects of the business, has definitely been seen to be challenging. And the fear is having different silos and duplications of technology or processes. The challenge is something that's quite common for most companies when they acquire a new organization to merge into their portfolio. In fact, an article from 2024 by Ernst & Young mentions the high cost of technology in mergers and acquisitions, or M&As. On average, it takes about a cost of about 2.5% of the overall sales price. With that being said, only 32% of CIOs saying they are significantly meeting deal objectives such as technology synergies and closing the deal on time with their past transactions. So it's not surprising that Group M is having trouble integrating technology and processes from the acquiring agencies into their own business processes. So our recommendations would be to with Group M creating a clear M&A strategy to bring about a higher likelihood of success. So Srinivas will need to ensure that his technology leaders create a strong IT strategy, which is aligned with the overall business strategy, and from there create the M&A strategy as an offshoot of those other plans. And then the next recommendation is to ensure a thorough amount of due diligence is made prior to the acquisition to ensure there is some synergies between organizational processes as well as to the technology stack before the deal goes through. At the very least, they want to make sure they're aware of how big of a gap it is when it comes to processes and the different types of tech stacks within the different organizations. Even though the main driver is focusing on the digital skills and knowledge within the new company to fill in where Group M currently lacks, the cost could end up being too high if they have to run multiple duplicating systems as well as work in silos across the organization. In conclusion, our recommendation would be the following for Srinivas: to strengthen the use of analytics and integrate new technology when it comes to the product. For the profile, building upon Madhouse India and Group M's Center of Excellence to create specialized teams, staying ahead with trend tracking, learning labs, and platform partners. And then for the people, needing to create a higher threshold of benefits and create a culture to attract and retain young, more digitally skilled workers, but also focus on upskilling existing workers with more digital skills. Partnerships, they need to make sure that they are have a clear and thorough M&A strategy, but also ensure they make it a priority to integrate the new company into the existing process, procedures, and overall existing tech stack, so they can ensure they do not have multiple areas of the business working in silos. In closing, Srinivas was brought into Group M in order to be a change agent. So while he must be mindful of the existing workers and overall organizational culture, his priority is to ensure the long-term success and growth of the organization and to help lead the company into the digital future. Thank you for your time.